This is the right channel. Center and surround.
You've got to fight for what you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more.
And with a blaze of dazzling production values, here we are. Hello. Welcome to the Flash and Bloke podcast. I'm Siobhan. That's Eddie.
Hello.
Good. Takes time to get up there. And beneath us is Brian.
It's the devil. Hi.
Yes, Brian. We've discovered a new pre-version of yours, haven't we? This week.
We have?
You like to talk and
alcohol,
fondle.
yeah.
No, you like to talk and fondle Mr. Ball.
Oh, yes. Americans.
Yes, Brian.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Someone didn't listen to their big finish this week.
Shocking, Siobhan. Shocking.
It was terrible. It was.
No. I actually, I had it on and I was listening to it.
You were drunk.
I was also drinking at the time. So technically I listened to it. I just don't remember a lot of it.
Oh, we'll be seeing more of Brian the Udassassin and Mr. Ball. Yeah, that like I say, that's just opened up a whole new level of abuse. It's going to be wonderful.
I'm okay with
Mr. Rum, though. Mr. Rum got in the way.
Yes, indeed, Mr. Rum did.
It wasn't rum. It wasn't.
Well, not in my book, it wasn't.
Partly rum. It was rum chata, okay?
They have clams in it.
No.
Oh.
It's kind of like
Pineapple?
a cinnamony milk type deal.
That sounds great.
You
It-
Americans
it-
are very strange.
Yes, we are.
Oh, no,
but
it's-
you are alcohol, and when you pour it into hot chocolate, oh my god, it's like heaven on earth.
Alcohol, copious amounts of sugar and chocolate. That's a Scottish thing as well. That's 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs.
Right then, how's your week been? Eddie?
A lot of decorating this week, which is why I'm in a different location. So, Sean, I'm in your room, but don't worry. Don't worry if you're watching. Harvey's looking after it.
And
Right,
your dad
Harvey,
has left the magazines under there.
Yes, they're fine. They're fine. And Harvey's been marking his territory left, right, and centre, including in Top Gear magazine. So
It's only
don't
right
worry.
and
Everything-
proper. Yep. You'll be.
Yes.
It's cool. And pre-third. What did you and Mr. Ball get up to this week?
Not a whole hell of a lot once I got home from work.
Do you remember consciousness?
I do. I didn't like it.
It's overrated. It's
It
overrated.
is. It's really, the graphics are excellent, but the plot line is horrible, and the NPCs are unbelievable.
It's the quest they try and give you. I don't know. These little side quests. Dear me. Right. Talking of clam chowder. Boys and girls, to fill you in on what has been happening after last week. And I put that on the wrong page. There we go. My wheelchair arrived. That is the Mark I travel machine belonging to Harry the Clam, who's sat there quite proud. So, yes, which is great news. Hello, Radox the Blue. It's absolutely great news.
Raydox the blue? No, I only deal with Raydox the green. No, having
He's
that
blue
at
this
all.
week. I don't know why his name
No.
keeps changing colour. It
He's just doing it to
bewilderizes me.
antagonise.
Screen on
I
my
think he could
screen.
be right, you know. I think he's just doing it to get at us.
It's green on mine. I don't know about you guys.
You're colourblind, aren't you?
No.
So, Matt.
Well, that's strange.
Well, it's
It
mute's
could
colourblind.
be... I don't know, because Radox has got things next to his name. So maybe that's done something? It's blue
See,
for
maybe
me.
Radox.
Green for him too.
It's blue
With
for me
this
on
week's
this.
Tomorrow people, you should have picked a more neutral colour.
Oh, I forgot my bag.
Just saying.
Oh, well. Yes, so, yeah.
Harry the Clam, your chair.
Yes, the chair. So I've got to admit, I'm a bit nervous about going out. Not so much because of the virus, just I've been locked in here for so long now. It's like, this is my little castle, leave me alone. So I tried to take it out on Friday. It can't climb the inner step, the inner lip of the door. So I'm still stuck here. I've now got to wait for the authorities to come and fit a tiny sort of ramp, but it's with a gentle incline, because the wheels on the wheelchair just go, and we don't go very far. So
if it
yeah.
can do that at your home, what happens if it encounters something like that while you're out?
Well, you don't go very far, to be fair. So far, I've not actually been that impressed by this thing. After all the trouble I've had to get it. I now can't bloody get it out. I don't know. But yeah, so anything else happened this week? Any news?
Sophie did a charity thing today, which
Sophie
was really good. I
Isles
don't know if you had
did.
a chance to tip in.
Yes,
a
was it
live broadcast.
£800 she raised, or $800?
Wow.
Whoa.
It was $335 when I kind of dipped in and out, but she got up to $800.
I believe so. That's the last tweet I've seen of it. So, amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called. The Doctors for the NHS? Something like that. Time and the Doctor.
She was drawing ABC Doctors, I believe.
No, sorry, love. I'm saying another thing was released to raise money. Sorry,
The audio play? The Doctor audio play for...
Yeah, which has practically everybody and his son in it.
Including you. Weren't you in this as well?
Yeah, I was playing Harry Sullivan.
Yeah.
I say playing Harry Sullivan. I just chucked the word Ruddy in, and that was about it. Let's give a flavour of Harry. Not Harry the Clam. No. Harry the Clam's mortal enemy. Harry Sullivan the imbecile. Trixie, what are you doing? You've been for a poo somewhere, haven't you? The question is, inside or out? Inside or out?
Is it
Place your
raining now?
bets. Place your bets.
It hasn't been very nice, and the cats are very pissed off with me about the weather.
I'm going to say inside.
Oh, is this your responsibility?
The weather, yes.
I never knew this.
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
sort it out.
Oh, so you're the one.
No, thank you.
Well,
Thank you.
technically,
Get it sorted.
I mean, I'm being blamed by the cats for this, but as we all know, according to UKIP, it's the gays that make it rain.
Oh,
Nick Pegg did a brilliant rejoinder on that one. He did the shipping forecast, the UKIP shipping forecast. It's probably still on SoundCloud. If you know the BBC Radio 4 shipping forecast, listen to this because you will piss yourself laughing. It just rips it out of UKIP. Yeah. That was fun. But yes, certainly in this particular locale, the bad weather is my fault. Hence, I assume, their occupation of the wheelchair.
mm-hmm.
Which,
Oh, I know what news we could put out.
oh, please do tell.
It's why our young friend is not here with us today.
Oh, yes, I was going to get to that, yes. Oh, go on, Brian, tell us. Why is Dominic not with us?
It seems today is Dominic's birthday.
He's only doing
So
this to
everyone-
try and get around us because he knows we hate him because he's young. So he's having a birthday
He's
just to try
get
and...
older.
Yeah,
so that-
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's his third this year. He's trying to catch up. I'm sure it's his third.
Perhaps he has official ones. I don't know. But Dominic, love, we all hope you have a lovely time.
Happy birthday, Dominic.
You know, less than 3 hours before the end of the day. But yeah,
Have a good 3 hours left.
check the
Yes.
Discord channel,
Hey,
love.
Have a good...
There's prezzies in there for you. Yeah. I honestly can't think of any news. We did the bits and pieces like Daleks and whatever last week. Do you know, I honestly don't think there. I think it's just a very slow news week, quite frankly. Certainly
Unless you
Doctor
want
Who wise.
to bitch about the final presidential debate thing. I mean, it's
No.
Yeah.
No.
There's-
That's bad for my health. They've come up with this new
thing
phrase.
is as well, the rumour is there was a debate, was there not? There actually was a debate, and
There
given
was a
that we're kind of we debate science fiction and enjoy all things science fiction, I find it very hard to be that there was a debate between those two idiots. So no, I refuse to listen to it.
well,
You're going to
here's
say,
the-
Siobhan?
science fiction or fantasy.
Oh, I saw lots of apart with a vaccine next week. Hooray!
Yay!
I can't remember what I was going to say.
There was a
Our
term
work
you
here
were
is
going to use.
Leave me alone.
Sorry, Siobhan.
My brain is like
I
a sea of treacle stuffed full of cotton wool. Ah,
Oh,
yeah, I know. I nearly ordered treacle pudding and custard.
Treacle tart custard. Oh,
We're not doing ourselves
Sure
any
we've got
favours
it.
here, are we?
I think we might have treacle sponge cake downstairs. That's for after. That's
I have
that's,
more
that's
alcohol.
Oh, you
You guys go
evil,
on about the-
evil git. I might,
get the
I
deep
might
fat right.
just treat myself to a lolly. It depends whether I've deserved it. So, should we talk about Doctor Who?
Yeah,
I believe that's why we're gathered here all today. So, another Doctor and his plucky girl assistant, Dorothy McShane, land on a planet. Amazing. Where the Doctor's been hearing some nasty rumours about what's going on. Hamish Wilson passed away this week. Really? That
Oh.
one passed me by. Actor who basically stood in for Fraser Hines during one episode of The Mind Robber. When Fraser had chickenpox. Huh. Oh, that's sad. He did a lot of other stuff as well, obviously, but that's what we know him for.
Amazing Randy passed away.
Whoa,
The Amazing Randy.
whoa, whoa.
He was a psychic debunker. He was 92, so
Okay.
he was on Carson a lot, and
This is an American thing. Got it.
this is an American thing.
Got it. Or
I should
it
have
could just be that my eyes have been a little bit closed to things, elsewhere. I think I do remember
I'm
seeing
glad you
something about it.
clarified that. Because the Amazing Randy over here, do you remember the programme Eurotrash, Siobhan?
Oh, yes. Hello, my little British charms.
Yeah, they had an Amazing Randy who was a magician, and let's just not go into what he used as his magic wand, but that's who the Amazing Randy was in Europe. So, totally different thing. Ignore it. Forget I even said it.
Yeah, I remember seeing this one on Carson doing like psychic surgery on someone.
Okay.
Chicken blood, chicken innards.
They've landed on Terra Alpha.
They did.
They did, yes.
The hell you say?
No, God damn it, I mean it. And people have been disappearing. The Doctor's been hearing nasty rumours. That's Neddy's bottom. And it's something I want to get onto later, but at the same time, it sort of comes up now. The Doctor's deciding to flex his muscles. He's going to take down the Society in one night. And there's all sorts. There's a couple of barking mad things in there. For example, the Candyman. That wasn't the original design.
that's it.
The original design was supposed to be a very pale-faced man, almost as if he'd had caster sugar on his face, red ringed eyes and whatever, wearing a lab coat and whatever. But for some reason they went for Bertie Bassett. No publicity like bad publicity or something.
Bastards couldn't have signed up for that.
No,
There's
they
no
didn't.
way
There were complaints.
They could have.
They weren't very happy about it. Which, if I'm honest with you, is probably why we've never seen the Candyman returning in the new series.
Okay with that.
So, the Happiness Patrol itself is a bunch of very miserable women dressed up ludicrously who go around shooting people who are unhappy because happiness is outlawed on Terra Alpha. Happiness.
No. Happiness
grief
mandatory.
is.
No.
Yes, happiness will prevail. I'm sorry, you're quite right. And I'm going to pass over now. Let's go down to Brian.
Okay, hi.
Basement.
Where to begin? This is perhaps one of the most 80s episodes we've watched yet. It's very dated. It just everything about just screams 80s. And you have the Happiness Patrol, which are a bunch of 80s
Heidi High extras.
bimbos. I'm gonna say running around in high heels, short skirts, carrying guns.
This should have been right up your street then.
It
Pre-third.
should have been. It should have been. It wasn't. Oh God, was it not? And with all the fake, with the makeup and everything, that reminded me of the Underground Community and A Boy and His Dog with Don Johnson. The whole clown thing. You have to see the movie.
Oh, yes.
You've done a thing to
Yeah.
Eddie. You've done a thing to Eddie.
I've sparked a memory.
No, yeah, you're right. An underground community, yep.
Yeah, the Underground Community that was all clowns and killing people off,
Harvey was
sending
just
to the
saying-
farm.
Harvey's agreeing. Harvey's just spoke to me, and he says he absolutely agrees as well. Well done. Yes.
Exactly.
Have you been on the run as well, dear?
So you
Harvey,
had,
yeah. Enough of
you
that
had the
language,
doctor
Harvey,
and his
sorry.
dog, Ace, and they were out doing, taking down the government. Okay, great. Ace gets captured, of course. Doctor has to go in for the rescue, blah, blah, blah. There's a candy robot that just gave me nightmares.
Good nightmares or bad nightmares?
Nightmares. That
Interesting.
thing, horrible. Horrible.
Perfect.
And
But-
they confused
that-
it by trying
That's
to...
just,
They confused the damn robot by saying, "No, kill me first. No, kill me first. No, kill me." Fine, I'll flip a coin.
Getting confused, didn't it?
Just kill one. It's not that hard. And then they melt the robot because it had a candy shell. And the evil governor of the place,
Helen A.
her pet rat, was
Sycorax.
animatronic. That thing was,
that was a bit-
really well done.
Well, for its time,
I
you've got to
will-
remember this is 1988, possibly
Right.
1990.
I
but
still
it-
thought it was well done.
It was well done. I have to say that while everything about this series screams 80s, the animatronics were really on par.
Yeah.
On
They were just
point.
starting to come into their own. The following year, they do some amazing ones with the Destroyer and the Great Hemivore. Not so much with the cats, but
You said cat.
Harvey.
Harvey's
Harvey's
sorry.
still moving. Oh dear me.
Sorry, that was like...
Harvey obviously disapproves. In this
Yes. We need a Harvey disapproves meme. I have to try and work that out. Hello, Neddy. Coming up here? You don't know what you want, do you? So, all right. But Brian, thumbs up, thumbs down?
Thumbs middle.
You're doing
It's-
it, but with stabilizers, mate.
It's 3 episodes, half hour apiece. Okay, great, but it felt like a filler.
Interesting. Okay. Eddie.
I can see where Brian's coming from, right? But I love this episode. I really do. There's a lot of things I love about
I
the
need to ask you a
animatronics.
question. I need to ask you a
Yes.
question. I'm so sorry, very quickly. Brian, was this the first time you'd seen it?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. That's fine. You can shut up now. Eddie.
I remember I watched it time of broadcast as well. This is where, for me, it was like I had a TV in my room, so I could actually start to watch Doctor Who without getting interrupted and having to wait for. Well, we didn't have a video recorder, so it was just it was. I started to get to watch it uninterrupted. Loved Ace. Loved this. This came after Remembrance of the Daleks,
Straight after.
and just before that episode, which we shall not speak its name.
Silly Nemesis.
That's the one. Silly Nemesis. So if it was a filler, it's the prime meat before a disappointing dessert. Did you agree, Siobhan? Are you a silver Nemesis supporter?
No, I can't stand Silly Nemesis.
No,
I'm sorry, I really can't.
I don't mind it.
It's
don't mind it,
self-indulgent twaddle.
Yes. Well, with this one, the reason I like it was because even on watching, it's very subtly done, or maybe not so subtly done when you go back and watch it again. But it's a political commentary.
Oh Christ!
We
yes.
have that.
Oh yeah.
We have Thatcher, played by Sheila Hancock.
This got brought up on Newsnight a couple of years ago. Suddenly, Doctor Who in the 80s was trying to take down the government. Sorry,
and again, the Killjoys. No, the Killjoys. They could have been the miners. It could have been the LGBT community because this was the time Section 28.
Yep, that's what it was meant to be.
Yep. So it's again the oppressed under the Thatcher regime, and when you watch it with that context and having lived through that regime as well, I just think it's so very, very cleverly done. And anybody that says that Sylvester McCoy is a weak Doctor, the man should have won a BAFTA for his performance. He is acting off against a giant Bertie Bassett with cyborg, and still manages to convey fear. I didn't find the Bertie Bassett thing, the Candyman, scary at the time, but I don't find it scary now. And like I said, Siobhan, I can't believe Bassett's would have signed up for that, and you're telling me they didn't, which makes absolute perfect sense because we never saw the Candyman again. But I just think great performances. We've got a who's who of British actors in this as well.
Yes, very
so
much so.
We've got Sheila Hancock. Ronald Fraser plays her husband, who by the end of this runs away with another man. So yeah, the LGBT thing comes back into play. And we have Georgina Hale, who I had to IMDb her because I'm watching this and I'm saying, what do I know this person from? She's basically one of Ken Russell's stalwart actors, so she was in The Devils and The Boyfriend and various other things. Great actors, great performances. Loved the animatronic thing, and again, it just an element of not looking back and looking at things. It's not a sentimental thing but it's replaying. It's the Thatcher regime in a microcosm, and I thought it was really well done. So I really enjoy this episode.
Okay,
See, that's the context I didn't have.
that's fair.
Exactly.
That is fair.
Yeah.
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 If I had that context, I'm pretty sure I would have gone thumbs up.
Fair enough.
But not
again,
having it, it's like.
Well, now we've told you about it, you can put your thumbs up.
Doctor Who is a political commentary.
Oh yes.
Thank God
yeah.
they don't do that nowadays.
It started off as a warning against leaving gates open at night. Especially if you're a policeman, you need to double check that they're shut properly. And it's just gone on from there. I remember watching this when this first went out. Now, this had come out for season 24, which was so embarrassing to watch back then. I've changed my mind considerably about a couple of them. And it was straight after Remembrance of the Daleks. And I didn't like the Happiness Patrol. I thought it was just too camp. Excuse me. I didn't like the Candyman. I thought, what the fuck is this? Now, obviously, I've read stuff about it in fanzines and the like since, which has opened my eyes. I watched it this afternoon. I genuinely do not believe I'd seen it since original transmission. But my God, did I enjoy it. Jesus, did I enjoy it. The Candyman the anger in that creature is just remarkable. Plus, there's also the fact of click Candyman. It's wonderful. You've got Sylvester singing as time goes by. We'll mention briefly the scene on the balcony where he disarms the guards, which is probably a Doctor Who high point, quite frankly. And it 3 episodes, and it trots along possibly a bit too quickly. However, we'll come to the opposite of that very soon. And God, did I enjoy it. I really, really enjoyed it. So I don't know what that tells us.
I think for yourself, Brian, it's when you've got the context of living through what they were actually saying in the subtext for a lot of this. It's just really just so cleverly done.
Oh
really
yeah.
clever.
Now that you're saying it, okay, yeah, I can get it. It's just I didn't have it before.
You got to remember,
Without the suffering the wrath, it's the whole thing around it. It's not like Modern Who, which is political as well, but it's pointing with a yardstick. It's just so subtly and cleverly done. And like you said, I didn't realise Newsnight had picked this up and saying it was Doctor Who trying to bring down the Thatcher government. Brilliant. I'm going to have to look for that. Hopefully that's on
it's out
YouTube
there. I
or
think
something.
they had to wheel Andrew Cartmel on to defend it.
I think the only thing
It was a
with
way of
that
beating up the BBC
would
30
be
years
is,
late.
he went, "Do you think she looks tired?"
You say that about every female villain he approaches.
Yeah.
To be fair, you're just hoping one day he'll say that again about somebody, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Not gonna lie. Yeah.
How that doesn't exist actually watched it with me, and her first thing was, what the F is the Candyman? But then she started to get into it because this was a week of watching 70s sci-fi and noticing people who were in Emmerdale Farm. So one of the Happiness Patrol, the one who
God,
defects.
this is very Sue Perriman.
Yeah, she's was one of the main characters, and she was Emmerdale Farm. I'll get to the next Emmerdale Farm spot when we do it tomorrow, people. But
Gossipy stuff.
a good week.
Bitchy gossipy stuff. One of the Happiness Patrol, one of the 2 leading ones, was very bitchy on set. There you go.
Georgina Hale.
I don't know. I can't remember, and I'm not going to name names. Whilst we know that they tune into this show, they're not here to defend themselves.
Tell us off air.
I can't remember.
It was with the gun, right? In the high heels.
Yeah, in the pink outfit.
Exactly.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one. She looked like trouble.
So, well, 2 of us absolutely adored it, and the other one possibly would have done with more context. I think that's fair, don't you? So, Happiness Patrol, big thumbs up. Now then, we need to talk about Brian and Mr. Ball.
You'll go blind, Brian. You really will go. You'll go blind. Shocking.
I probably will.
Yeah,
Well,
it's-
I only got one eye left, so I mean,
Same here.
yeah.
The 8th Doctor Who, possibly, is basically trying to visit the 700, well, it should be 699 wonders of the universe. I'm guessing that... hang on, we've got fake news in chat. Someone on Facebook this week told me Hamish Wilson had just died, but Wikipedia says he passed in March. And you get these delays. I mean, people are still announcing that Tony Hart has died several years later. I think it's an annual thing now. There's a Tony Hart's Dead Day.
My relatives are continually announcing that I've died.
Fair enough.
Exactly.
If they want an affidavit signed, happy to.
They
For a
don't
consideration.
understand there's a difference between dying and losing the will to live. There's
thin line.
a
Be
difference.
fair.
Thin line.
It depends
Thin
how
line.
far you go with the losing the will to live bit.
True.
Then
true.
it becomes dying.
You have to really, really embrace it.
Yeah. So anyway, the 8th Doctor So it goes to land on this planet, which is supposed to be a very watery planet, with a huge, bigly statue. Except it's more of a deserty, wild, westy sort of planet. And
Do they have bells on their fingers?
And rings on their toes? Oh, Eddie, when you go to watch this back, you're going to realise just how silly that looked.
How can it get any more silly?
Oh, your phone has done wonderful things. Seriously, dude, you need to watch this back when this goes on YouTube. We're about 30 minutes in, so you can just jump straight through it. There's been an accident. Oh my God, no! There's been an accident, and an Ood called Brian is looking after this nice young lady. They got attacked by banditos in the desert. Except it's not quite that straightforward. Because there is another young lady who has escaped and managed to get into town. To say it's a two-bit town is to put it mildly. You have a sheriff, you have a bartender, and you have a doctor. Apparently there's nobody else living in the town. Basically, this is a Time Lord Victorious thing. And Brian the Ood is in fact an assassin. Hello, Sean, sweetheart. Your dad's looked under your bed. He's dumped the magazines.
Harvey, here's Sean. Here's Sean. Look at Sean. There's Sean. There you go. There he is. Good boy. Oh, give me his paw for Sean. There you go. Good boy.
Trixie, why don't you do that?
It's a good book.
So, yeah. The main mystery of what the hell's happened to the timeline does not get solved in this. However, it's a small little drama about trying to save the two girls and stop Brian. It is a Western, and as opposed to the Ballad of the Last Chance Saloon, the one thing I really, really appreciated in this, and it sold it for me, there is an ambient, at times, there's an ambient Ennio Morricone thing going through. And it just sold it to me, because as soon as I hear that, bang, Western. You know, Clint Eastwood, Man with No Name, that sort of thing. I rather enjoyed this. It's gentle. It's obviously a lead-in for other stuff. And it's going to be interesting to see where this goes, depending where it goes in the Time Lord Victorious cycle. And Christ alone only knows, quite frankly. Eddie.
I didn't. This wasn't really my cup of tea for the main reason you talk about it. I said before, I don't do westerns. I've just got a dislike for them automatically.
But don't you come for the land of square dancing?
We do. We've got our own Grand Ole Opry in Glasgow as well, which I'd like to actually go for a laugh, just to go and see it, because partly it's a great night out, but I was brought up spoon-fed westerns, High Chaparral,
the Virginian,
the other one, the Virginian, you name it, in western films.
Bonanza.
Bonanza, there was the other one, yeah, or Sunday Afternoons Bonanza, and if Bonanza wasn't on, it was the High Chaparral. It was just constant. The other thing that kind of took me out of this one as well, Brian the Ood, I'm going to just be clarified, not Brian the Ood, incredible performance. It's just so disturbing. It's that subservient voice, but how they still managed to get that level of menace and frightening underneath it, it's just, that's a skill.
The whole really Mr. Ball thing, I find very chilling. The fact he's incommunicado, but it also reminds me of Mr. Flibble.
Mr. Flibble. Sorry,
Mr. Flibble. Red Dwarf, Quarantine.
Right.
Rimmer in a gingham
is that the
dress.
one? Yeah,
The
and this is where
penguin hand
Rimmer
puppet.
Rimmer goes nuts.
Yeah.
And starts dressing. Yeah. So it ticks all the boxes. It's a great story. Brian Nude's great, but it's a Western setting, which I don't like. And the lady that played the sheriff, great, and it was really convincing as the turmoil behind this, and she had the overlying goal about try and keep her town safe. The accent just took me out it a little bit as well. It took me back to Hartnell era, that episode which we shall not mention.
The gunfighters.
In terms of, no, potentially, sorry, gunfighters. You say sorry?
Yes. Do you need me to say it again very loudly?
No, you're okay. You're okay. Calm down.
Oh, your phone is doing amazing things. It's timing tonight.
please.
Yes, Peter.
Happy place.
Oh, God.
So again, I don't know if it was kind of harkening
Hello,
back
Odin.
to that old cat,
It's Odin.
but it just wasn't for me. And I'm clutching at straws. But the sheriff's accent kind of took me out the game a little bit. Love Brian Yude. McGann's great as always, but it was a western, and I don't know. I can't handle westerns.
Radox the Multicoloured says you need to watch The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr.
Oh, Bruce Campbell.
Yes.
Yes, I tried to, Radox. I really tried to, because I'm a huge Bruce Campbell fan. I just couldn't get into that aisle.
What about Four Feathers Falls?
I've never heard Four Feathers Fall.
You've never heard of Four Feather Falls?
No.
Ooh.
Oh, sorry. Is that the Jerry Anderson puppet thing?
It is starring Nicholas Courtney.
Yeah. No.
Pisshead.
No.
Sorry, Odin is.
No.
He's putting on weight finally, which is pleasing me, and I've just discovered it just now. So I'm quite happy about that. And he's now walking over the keyboard, and I'm going to have to move his bottom. Move your bottom. There
But
we
like
go.
you said, it was nice. It was sharp. Good story. I'm just
now stay's
I'm
welcome.
just anti-Western.
I've got to
can't-
admit, I
just-
really do prefer these 1 hour plays to the 2 hour plays.
So do I. So do I.
What do you
I
want?
prefer them to,
do you want?
because it's a nice, easy listen, and it's just. But I'm interested to see where it goes next. But
Like
I'll
I say,
stop
you got to follow the map. It's a bit like the River Song timeline.
Yeah.
And have the money. I mean, that's it. I think Paul Mars on Facebook today was sort of saying about he'd read the. I'm not even going to attempt the name of this thing. It's the Knight, the Brave, and the blah. I don't know, but it's I think it's a James Goss. I think it's James Goss. But it's a new Doctor Who novel. A Time Lord Victorious job, and I thought to myself, well, if he's recommending it, I may as well try it. How do I feel like Johnny Morris with bloody ring-tailed marmosets?
it's the whole thing that apart from Brian, unless Ace is off camera, we've just got all these pets who've got their backsides pointing towards us. You've got it. I've got it. Where's Ace sitting, Brian?
He's upstairs in Jess's room.
Which way is his arse facing?
I'm thinking about it towards the door.
Yeah.
Oh, Batman Year One t-shirt. Really like it, Brian.
Oh yeah, I love this.
Okay,
Sorry,
good.
Scottish.
So, Brian,
Yes,
it was a Western. Britain does Westerns.
there was a Western.
Talk
Yeah.
to me, Brian. Talk to me.
Okay, see,
Put the ball down, Brian. Put the ball down.
When I got it, I did this, and then I put my feet up on my desk like
Did your
this.
spurs scratch your desk?
No, they were hanging off. And I reached over and I got my rum chata,
Not your
And I
drinking
started-
whiskey.
hot chocolate. I'm drinking hot chocolate.
I mean, rum in
rum
ordinary rum and hot chocolate is a nice idea.
And then I don't remember much.
Okay. So anyway, Eddie and
I
I.
did go and refill it a couple times because I'm now out of rum chata.
So-
And it was the big honking bottle. So, yeah, hi.
Well, a detailed review there, I think you'll find from Brian. And Yeah, well, Eddie sort of enjoyed it and loved Brian the Ood. And I really did enjoy it. And I would say, look, it's a gentle thing. It's the setup for other stuff.
Yep.
And I enjoyed it. It was just no stress, no hassle, no bother with it. Let's just enjoy it. Which, no angst.
I loved the hell out of it. I thought it was a masterpiece.
Yeah, that was actually your ceiling spinning above you, to be fair.
Hey, these things happen.
Anyway, we did more watching. We watched The Tomorrow People. The Blue and the Green, supposedly one of the Tomorrow People's most classic episodes.
It was on all the time when I was a kid.
You see, we didn't get that. We tended to get the Tomorrow People shown once. If we were lucky, we might get a repeat of one story. If we were lucky.
Nickelodeon
Sci-Fi
had it
Channel.
all the time.
I'm talking about
The
childhood.
Sci-Fi Channel picked it up for a short run, and then it just stopped. They kind of, it was a real big tease. It was like, yes, they brought it back, and it stopped.
So
I'll never forgive them.
we moved on to series 2. Kenny and Carol have gone
They're off to the Galactic Federation.
up to the Galactic Trip.
Kenny, that's a shame. Carol, hurrah! Yes!
And Stephen's student teacher, Elizabeth, is breaking out. Hooray!
Yeah.
Played by Elizabeth Adair. And quite frankly, one of the stalwart Tomorrow People. No ifs, muts? No ifs, buts, or maybes about it. Elizabeth, like John, is one of the pillars. What am I saying? God, doesn't that sound pretentious? Anyway,
That's true.
It is. She's in virtually everything.
at the same...
And she actually goes out in the field. She doesn't hide back at the lab.
That General John. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he didn't come out of this very well, did he?
No.
So, anyway, trouble is they got problems at school. Did you notice Pauline Quirk there, Eddie?
No.
Yes.
I didn't.
You see, Roger Price, the creator of the Tomorrow People, and a man who likes to show boys with little on, he, I can't remember the name of the school, or acting academy, or whatever, but they ended up doing something else called You Must Be Joking, and Pauline Quirk was in that, and a bit of a standout, so they then gave her her own program, Pauline's Quirks. Do you see what they did with the title?
Yeah.
Wow. Even though she was still a kid. But it was for kids' TV. Yes, so there's violence breaking out. Too much fighting on the dance floor. And it's all linked to this picture that this boy Robert's drawn. Changing weather on Rexel 4. Or 5, I can never remember. And the thing is...
XL4.
Stephen's been there, and it's exact. And the thing is, there's violence breaking out all over the country, and indeed all over the world. What are they going to do? Brian, your turn.
Well, you left out the fact that the picture keeps changing. Now, that's very important because they didn't have color change paints back then. Not like this.
I get the feeling this was more CSO-y, but carry on.
And we later discovered that the kid who painted it is an alien.
An alien!
Secret.
Big secret. Loved his granddad.
His granddad was awesome.
Was
His granddad put John
in.
as... I think so. I want to say yes.
Sorry, say that again.
Was his granddad John? We just with OEP makeup on.
Yes. I want to say it was.
Keep talking. I'll try and look it up.
Yeah, look that up because...
No, it can't be. It can't be. Because John interacted with the grandfather and...
Oh, that means nothing.
It
They
does.
did it physically.
It does because you would have noticed the poor technicalities on it.
Okay.
All right, they would have
Did he
tried
get
for it,
brother? I guess-
but... No, I don't think... I do remember looking it up, but the name didn't seem
It
familiar
looks
to me.
a lot like him. a lot like him.
All aged up.
Spoke like him as well. Yep.
Yeah.
No. So we can look it up, I suppose. Keep going, bro. Keep going.
Well, apparently, the grandpa has a dungeon in his basement.
Well, who doesn't?
To be fair. And John gets taken prisoner for most of the series. Most of this arc. Which, not really a bad thing, really.
No.
He-
All he does is go away and take foreign holidays and
Yeah.
go swimming in the Caribbean. Yeah, it doesn't add
Yeah.
much.
He's pretty much exposition boy in this.
Goes a bit nuts at one point.
Yep. And Elizabeth is breaking out. And so they help her. She teleports into hyperspace on her own. Yeah. They get her back before she starts disappearing mysteriously.
I don't think there's a
So-
link to this.
In this, we also meet Ginger's younger brother, Chris.
The guy from Emmerdale Farm. That's the
Yeah.
other spot from Emmerdale Farm this week. Of course, you knew that, Brian.
Abs. Right on. And well, Ginge and Chris have gotten in a fight, and Ginge fell off his motorcycle and is in the hospital. So Ginge is out of the show for good now.
No. And how can Gingy's brother be so middle class when Gingy's so kind of rough, working class, rough and tumble?
I think it's
that doesn't make sense.
more of a dichotomy of brothers, One's kind of, and one, However, Chris has a bit of the shady side as well. Because at some point, he and his friends break into Grandpa's shop. And Grandpa shoots at them.
And the ceiling. And the
ceiling.
wall. I think
the
it might be
wall.
somebody called Ray Burtis. But I could be wrong here, because it says Johnson here, and there's no actual thing for grandfather.
Maybe it was.
It might have been.
If I... Blue and the green DVD... cast. The, I've got Jaunt, which is the book, but I'm not sure where it is. Blue and green TV movie. No.
So because me and Brian don't have 20/20 vision. I mean, I can't see it with my left eye. Is it your left or right? You can't see it. Brian?
It's my left. My left is blind.
But between the both of us, we'll get 20/20 vision.
Yes.
Possibly. Where are we?
So
Series
that's a
2.
maybe. It might have been
That's a maybe. That's a definite maybe.
uncredited. So it's more.
Or
Eddie
differently
Delgado.
credited.
Oh, Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
no. What the hell's going on here?
In case you're wondering, that's porn. Don't be looking at that.
Nigel Pegram played grandfather.
That's a made-up name.
Well, that's how I look.
That's
Nigel Pegram.
Yeah. Come on. That's Nicholas
That's
Young.
an anagram.
He's on IMDb.
They
Nigel.
really took these things to the nth degree in the 70s when it came to covering things like this up. Even
Oh,
gave
yeah.
them a fake IMDb.
I honestly cannot believe I've just gone searching for that just because you two idiots decided to be silly.
I honestly thought it was him in makeup. I honestly thought
I
it was
know.
him.
It looked exactly like him. I thought it was.
Oh, God, I really must remember who I podcast with and just lower my expectations more. Trouble is,
Well,
I'm not
it's
sure
nice
how
that
far
we
they
can't
can
get
go.
Well, we can't get the unworthy of the diamond here because
Well, at the
it's
moment,
not
no,
diamond.
nobody's used it. Well, it's a stand-all. I don't have options, unfortunately. I'm looking into them, but I don't have options. Eddie.
Yes.
I love this. This is a classic Tomorrow People episode, and it's the one everybody that remembers the Tomorrow People probably remembers as well. Roger Price wrote this, right? Because when I looked at it, is Roger Price? Don't look it up, Siobhan. Don't waste your time. It was wondering if he's got a Scottish background or if he's Glaswegian touch points. they call out Glasgow when they're talking about the riots in the news and deaths in Glasgow. And when you talk about blue and green in Glasgow, that's the colours of Rangers and Celtic. And it's very much the whole thing in Glasgow where you can have two boys who are brought up, stay in the same community, are absolute pals, but one wears blue, one wears green, and it can end up with people fighting. In Glasgow, when Rangers and Celtic play on if it's during the week, midweek, so not midweek, if it's weekends, the pubs close early, things are shut down, hospitals get full up. So it's just the blue.
To be
green,
fair,
Glasgow
a lot of that's
reference.
to do with religion as well.
Yeah, it is, but it is totally religious. It's Catholic and Protestant, but the blue and the green, the colours symbolise that as well. So
I don't know. We'd have to look that up. It's a nice
'cause,
bit. It was a nice bit of social commentary without that for me until you said there's even better now.
totally.
Because back in the day, back in the 70s, there was an awful lot of violence going on.
Yep. So that's the kind of disturbing thing around this exercise, this programme, and I thought very cleverly written. But on a major positive, Carol's gone and Elizabeth's finally here.
fucking
And
hell.
Elizabeth
He's
just
all
wonderful.
right with the world now.
Yes.
Yes, because
Yeah.
she's just such a great character. I mean, the 70s gets a bad rep for how minorities were treated, right? But
Kenny.
in a kids' TV show, yeah, Kenny, and so we lost Kenny.
Elizabeth
though.
takes over two spots: the female and the African American or African British or whatever.
But
Yeah,
Kenny
they're
as
not going
well.
to stay a threesome for long.
But with Kenny, there's no. And as much as I love Kenny as a character, right? He was a bit of a scallywag and a rapscallion. We've got Elizabeth, who's a teacher, who's articulate, smart, logical,
Yeah.
the leader that John will never will be, and just so happens to be black. And I
She
just
was
thought,
one hell of a
and
role
this,
model.
Oh yeah.
Exactly, and this is this is a kids' TV program. So for me, this is landmark TV.
And
in
during the
70s.
70s as well, considering what a lot of 70s TV was like when it came to
Mind your
racial
language,
prejudice.
love thy neighbour, the racial jokes in the Wheel Tappers and Shunters Club, Bernard Manning
The
on primetime
comedians.
TV,
Oh God!
the
almighty.
comedians. This was so brave, courageous, and a role model, and so, but for that alone, 3 thumbs up. She's brilliant. Also, as part of
Where
my-
does he get the other one?
I don't want to know. So three. Oh, I've got bare feet, so there you go. Three thumbs up.
Is it Sean's Plastic
Like
Pal?
Oh no, she'll be fine, Sean. The puncture kit is out. We'll get it sorted for this time next week. Don't worry about it.
I'm glad. I'm really
Sorry.
glad you enjoyed it, and I mean, we are enjoying this Tomorrow People thing.
Oh yeah.
To be
We'll
fair,
get that, and then there's a whole thing around it. I did John Wyndham as part of my A-level English. We have higher English, and you've got to pick an author. So I did. Let's get the Village of the Dam reference in this. The Midwich cuckoos and the aliens being transplanted in pods.
Yep.
And spoiler alert, guys. So I know we get to a conclusion for this where nobody's hurt. The Tomorrow People and the aliens collaboratively come up with a solution that saves everybody. It's just fantastic. It's just
nobody
so well done.
is hurt.
No, and
What
there's no
about,
clear
what
cut
about
villain.
all the people in the planes whose pilots fell asleep?
Autopilot.
What about the people in hospital having operations?
I'm sure John forwent his Caribbean holiday and was jaunting those people to safely, and then went back to his.
I was
beach
going
in
to
the
say, do you
Caribbean.
actually really see him giving up time for that?
Not really, but
No.
it's a nice fiction.
It is.
And you got the favorite part at the end of it. The Tomorrow People go into the aliens and don't come back.
I just thought for a kids' TV show.
Oh yes,
it's
especially for its time.
Oh yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah, exactly. Can we do more? Because I'm really enjoying them as well.
One every week, love.
Cool.
Sounds good.
One every week. Then there's Life on Mars, where apparently the IRA have decided to blow something up. Sam says it doesn't sound like the IRA's modus operandi. Too long a warning, no password given, and using dynamite rather than homemade explosives. And so he decides to prove it. Unfortunately, he gets into a bit of a barney with Ray about who's more of a man, and Ray goes off to prove it and gets blown halfway across the street. Sam's not popular for some reason. So they track the dynamite down to a builder's yard, which is full of Irish builders. Gene immediately says, right, we'll lock them all up, we'll get all their details, this, that and the other. It's the IRA, it's the bloody paddies, etc., etc., etc. And Sam doesn't think so. Something's niggling at him. And this is the cool thing, because Test Guard Girl turns up again. And it's a case of, so what do you trust? Your intellect or your gut? And there's a couple of points in it where Sam is faced with choices like that. So we're going to go to our resident monogrown when it comes to this. Brian the Ball.
Yeah. All right. So,
Did Mr. Ball enjoy this?
yes.
Stop touching him then.
Ball did. No, my ball. Nice. My precious.
He's going to quit. You know he's going to quit, don't you?
Why do you think I'm blind in one eye? Anyway. No.
Take lessons from this, Sean.
Save your eyesight now, Sean. It was an okay episode.
Well, for you, that's quite good.
Yeah, but it's just...
Because the IRA bombing campaign back then was huge.
Right, but it didn't start in mainland until whenever Sam said.
Yeah.
Because this was too early for it. And he knew it.
Well,
and he pointed
73.
everything out.
I know 1974 there was a mainland IRA bombing campaign in the West End of London. How do I know that? Because it caused the death of Doctor Who and the Seven Keys to Doomsday. I have no life.
But do you not think it was really cleverly written, the kind of the treatment of the Irish migrant workers, and the way even Gene and the other police treat them? It's kind of encouraging the whole thing to kick off. It's
it was an uneasy watch.
It wasn't. It wasn't an easy watch at all. No, it was. And then Sam finding the church. Oh, hey, he must be in there hiding.
No, he didn't go in there for that. He went in there to confess. He didn't know the guy was in there. It was pure coincidence.
Was there. He said he smelled the whiskey.
Only afterwards.
It's an Irish priest. They've got very few things that they can savour. Well. So, of course, there's going to be a smell of whiskey in there.
Yeah, there's whiskey and small boys. That's it.
Oh, dear.
Oh, boy.
That's us, lost the priest. There you go. They're dropping off. That's the subscriptions going. There we go. We've lost the priest.
Catholic Church, school for paedophilia. Anyway.
And then at the end of it, we get, everybody going off to arrest all the Irish. And Sam's like, no, I got a theory on this. Annie, come with me. And she's like, I got to go with them. So he goes off back to the construction company alone, breaks into the trailer. And he starts rummaging. He turns around. There's Annie. Annie has been given solid police work for both seasons of this show. Just throwing that out there. She deserves that.
And she diffuses the situation as well.
She diffuses the situation at the end. She points out all the, well, where's this, and this? Well, why is it all the way over here when you know.
And
So
whereas Annie, he can't trust his instincts. Annie does. Her instinct is to go with Sam. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just. It's,
Eddie, what do you make of it?
I thought it was great as well. It's well, I say as well. You this is as good as it's going to get for yourself, isn't it, Brian? It's well written. The whole thing around the background, the onset of the Irish terror attacks, the IRA, and all. It's just so cleverly written. The key thing for me around this was around the what's it called, the test card girl. That is so creepy. I mean, it's just.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
There's an awful lot of people
mean-
in Britain when they first saw that just freaked. Because it's
Yeah,
right there in the back of our heads.
yeah. Even we grew up with that because the whole thing. She's sitting there with the chalkboard and that god awful toy of hers as well. No, it's great. We're really enjoying rewatching. I say me and the imaginary wife, rewatching Life on Mars. And we're sticking strictly to only watching it once a week.
Should we start
we got
calling
a-
her Imogen?
You can if you want, yes. Imogen.
Imogen, because she's imagined.
Imagine. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the third and final Emmerdale Farm spot.
Oh, God.
Ray is an Emmerdale Farm. Ray it was Angela's been for ages. That's probably, but Ray now features in Emmerdale Farm. Is actually a badge in an Emmerdale Farm and totally unrecognisable. So there you go for the.
I'm going to be honest with you. You watch some shit.
Oh, I don't watch Emmerdale Farm. I never even watched it when it was Annie Sugden. I do not watch Emmerdale Farm. Westerns, soap operas, that's the two where I do not go there. I really
Or-
just do not go there.
Or are you half not real? Asking questions like this at this time of night. Do you know we've been going for over 2 hours?
You're kidding?
I'm not.
Well, we've
no,
went
we've
through
been
quite
going
well.
for an hour.
No, we've been going for 2 hours.
Wow.
I got time elapsed for 1 hour.
No, love.
Is that your clock?
We
Is your
start at
internal clock back
9.
in?
Yeah, it's now gone 11, and the live stream counter says it's 2 hours 2 minutes.
Your computer needs to go back in, or it's only 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
But, and when
Like,
are your
wait a minute. My live stream is saying 1 hour and 2
Yeah,
minutes.
it's an hour and 4 minutes we've been on.
Yeah.
something
10.
very strange is happening here? Okay.
Auntie is about to be abducted by aliens. She's missing time. If anybody can get out and see her, there's the light. There's the light. They're coming in through the wall now. It's over.
It's 10:05.
It's not, you know. I'm
Right, let's go
absolutely.
to the chat room. I've not got my computer beside me. Sean, what time is it? Anybody, Radox the Green, what time is it?
I have it as 6:03 right now, and you're 4 hours.
Oh, now you're
ahead
just
of
being
me.
silly.
I know, right?
Well, my clock on the computer says it's 3 minutes past 11. But the thing is, the Streamlabs thing, which charts how long we've been broadcasting, is 2 hours. Over 2 hours.
I'm showing the stream is being live for 1 hour and 4 minutes now.
Yeah, same here.
What the fuck
Come
is
on, chat
going
room,
on?
what time is it?
They're saying.
I told
They're
you,
saying.
you're gonna be abducted.
Sapphire, take time back.
All
That
right,
is
so what you want to
really
do
weird. Why
when the
would the
anal
stream...
probe comes,
Don't
you're gonna
clench.
want to exhale. Great.
See, that's the bit I can't get. Why would the stream say we've been going for 2 hours? Oh, my brain hurts. I'm too ill for this. Go away. Next week. Next week's quite pleasant, actually. We've got Full Circle.
Full Circle?
Full Circle,
is
Series
that-
18.
Because the last episode of Lovecraft Country was called Full Circle, so that's
Oh,
when
right.
it
Yeah,
came through.
No
and
spoilers. Still
that
not
was
watched it.
awesome.
No spoilers. Not watched it.
You need to watch it. You need to get
Brian,
on top
my
of
brain
that.
just can't cope with it at the moment. I just need silly stuff that I'm used to, like the Tomorrow People, comfort telly.
Who's the Doctor in Full Circle?
Tom, Series 18.
Okay.
Tom.
Adric's first story.
All right. Wait.
Oh, good. We can learn to hate the little kid.
I don't have a problem with Adric at all. I really don't.
We know.
That is weird. That is freaking me out.
His autobiography's really good. I read that a few years ago.
What, Blue Box Boy?
Blue Box Boy. Yeah.
Odd choice
Great
to
book.
write it in the third person.
Yeah.
But fair enough. So it's full circle. We're going to be looking at Paternoster Gang Heritage 4. We're looking at the next Tomorrow People story, which I think has time travel in it.
Yeah, it's the A Rift in Time.
There we go.
Peter's back.
Oh, that'll be fun. More half-naked
Hopefully he has
children.
more clothes.
It's Roger Price, love. No,
Yeah, he's
According to you, Siobhan, we're in a rift in time at the moment. We've lost an hour.
this is not the first time this has happened to me. I'm going to be honest with
Are
you.
you in a diner?
Before I was podcasting,
Get out quickly.
Get
if you're in
out.
a diner, get out quick.
before
You
I
know
sta-
they're coming. They serve a higher power.
Before I started podcasting, I used to do internet radio. And it was great. The thing is, it was an American company. We forgot to sync up. So, of course, I go in for my 2-hour show. Halfway through, the next DJ turns up. And I have to back out because they're running by American schedules. I had some fun with that the next week.
What was the company? What was the internet radio company you worked for?
It wasn't a company as such. I mean, it started out as Ubergill's radio and became Vanguard's radio.
Right.
I had some fun the following week. I did an appeal. Hello, I'm Dame Judi Dench. And I used to love putting jingles together for that thing because I could be as silly as I bloody liked. It was wonderful. And also use gaming. What?
Radox is right. Odin was warning you.
All right, okay, what's overhead?
Odin knows when the time slip started.
Animals know. Animals know. You're
Animals
right.
always
Animals just
know.
know.
Yeah. Again, dog has slipped up. So, I will get through this. So, Rift in Time. And Heritage 4, which is the last of the Heritage series. And then we have
Full circle.
Life on Mars.
Oh. Okay. This one. Yes. All right. No problem.
This pervert is the wife swapping episode.
Yes. I'll be watching that tomorrow at work for lunch.
Probably very carefully. Yes.
The Tomorrow People Heritage 4, is that?
No.
No. Paternoster Gang Heritage 4. Tomorrow People
Right.
Rift in Time.
Got
Doctor Who Full Circle. Life on Mars.
Life on Mars.
Brian the
Swingers.
Ball's favourite.
House. Sorry, I thought we were playing Sci-Fi Bingo. Sorry.
So that's another full show. So it'll be over 2 hours again. I can't understand why it says 2 hours instead of 1. That is bewildering me. I can understand my PC clock not updating itself. However, as we saw, adjust date time. Set time automatically is on. UTC, Dublin, London, Edinburgh. I mean, do they have GMT here? No, they don't. So that is essentially GMT. Something's gone very wrong with time. I'm going to have to
That
look into
sounds like
this.
the opener for a sci-fi show.
I'm going to have to look into this. I may have to get a hammer, if I'm honest with you.
Just remember, They can't really hurt you. If they send you back in time, you'll just live forward, okay?
Yeah, but I won't have my drugs.
You'll
My
be in a
wheelchair.
diner. You'll be in a diner.
Oh, I'll be in the Cretaceous era.
In a diner.
No, it won't be a diner.
That's Joanna
Silver
Lovely.
didn't end
So it's
up
not
in a
all bad.
diner there. He just got blasted back to the Cretaceous era. And still managed to find his way out and rescue them. Which, fair dues Silver. Let's be honest here. Okay,
Silver.
now I'm utterly and totally confused. Can we go?
Yes, let's go before
Yeah.
they come and take over.
Yeah, we don't want your abduction being live on TV.
A film at 11.
No.
Whenever 11 actually is. Okay, so that's it. Join us next week, please, at 9 p.m. UK time. When do your clocks go back? Is it next weekend?
Yeah, I think so.
So I'm guessing
Halloween.
5 to 5 hours.
that's the Saturday night, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're back to 5 hours again. So it'll be 4 p.m. Eastern. Probably. I suppose I should I should queue up some sort of end title things. Oh, look, it might work. We might be lucky. Best say goodbye.
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 Bye-bye. Wish me luck.
You've got to fight for what you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more. And life and love and happiness are well worth fighting for. They're well worth fighting for.